Long before nations rose or maps were drawn, there lived a world etched in stone and scorched by destiny. Baked in the breath of forgotten winds, these stone walls hold echoes of a world untouched. Here lie the bones of Dara, a once mighty fortress on the edge of empires, guarding the gates of Mesopotamia. Time buried it in dust, but whispers still rise from its stones, speaking of kings, caravans, and forgotten wars. From the dust of empires, a city emerges, etched in sun-baked stone, silent, yet eternal. Carved into the cliffs of time, Mardin rises like a golden hymn, its minarets catching the last breath of the sun. In these endless plains, the past walks still, on hooves, in shadows, through sand-worn paths beside beehive homes older than memory. Here, time is not kept in clocks, but in footsteps passed down like heirlooms, stitched into every scarf and smile. A brew of earth and fire, where stories simmer slowly in copper and sand, stirred the way ancestors once did. Then, from earth to sky, dreams began to rise. Among fairy chimneys and dawnlit stones, the world awakens in golden silence. And as the sun sets, the sky carries secrets, told in whispers of wind, stitched in silk and flame. High above the heart of southeastern Turkey, where the mountains meet the sky, lies Kalecik village, a place untouched by the rush of modern life. Villages like Kalecik were once part of the vast and ancient cradle of civilization, a place where countless cultures passed through, leaving quiet imprints in its language, its customs, and the rhythm of everyday life. You've seen the rise of glass towers and neon cities. Even here in Turkey, modern life moves fast. But what you're about to witness is different. This is the Turkey you've never seen, an unseen world of ancient markets, traditional flavors, forgotten customs, and timeless architecture. We'll take you through the dusty paths of Mesopotamian legends, past the beehive homes of Harran, where the earliest echoes of civilization still whisper in the wind. Camels roam where the first traders once walked, and in quiet villages carved into stone, life continues in harmony with history. And just when you think you've seen it all, the journey takes flight into the skies of Cappadocia, where modern adventure meets ancient wonder. Don't blink, don't scroll, because what you're about to experience isn't just a film. It's a journey into the soul of a forgotten world, still beating in the heart of Turkey. High above the golden plains of Upper Mesopotamia, carved into cliffs that once watched over ancient caravans, lies a city that does not belong to a single era, but to all of them. Mardin is not just built of stone, it's built of whispers, whispers of old merchants and silent pilgrims, of children chasing shadows down narrow alleys, of days where sun meets sandstone and turns time to gold. Its houses, stacked like poetry upon the hillside, have watched centuries pass. Empires rise, and prayers echo across golden rooftops. Its sandstone walls have seen centuries unfold, where stories weren't written in books, but carved into walls, whispered through winding alleys, and passed down in silence. Every step here feels like a conversation. Between past and present, the air hums with the weight of memory. The architecture, a harmony of earth and sky. Look closely, and you'll see history isn't just written here. It breathes. In every balcony carved by hand, in the delicate lattice of a window, in the curve of an arch that defies time. Now come, let us walk deeper into the soul of this land. Through these timeless streets, we'll step into the markets and culture of a place where tradition still breathes in color, scent, and sound. Winding through time itself, the narrow stone streets of Mardin whisper stories with every footstep. These alleys, worn by centuries of passage, echo the quiet strength of a city that has stood through empires, prayers, and endless sunsets. Each stairway climbs through layers of history, not just stone upon stone, but memory upon memory. In the quiet corners of Mardin, the rhythm of a hammer striking copper echoes like a heartbeat passed down through centuries. Here, every curve and engraving tells a silent story, not written in books, but etched in metal by hand. Beneath the stone arches and quiet alleys, a story waits, of spices, craft, and centuries of culture ready to unfold. Here, color speaks its own language, woven into every thread of a carpet, painted into every ceramic dish. These aren't just items, they're echoes of tradition, passed hand to hand through time. Each pattern, each glaze tells a story, not written in books but lived in homes, shared over generations. A riot of color, a symphony of scent. This is where the soul of the region lingers. Each spice, a fragment of history, each aroma, a journey through time. From saffron to sumac, from cinnamon to cumin, these are not just ingredients, but the essence of a land that has seasoned empires. A journey through flavor, craft, and spirit. Each alley of the bazaar offers a new chapter. Here, dessert isn't just a treat. It's a story, woven with skill and love. Watch as strands of kadayif dough come together in a hot pan, melting into golden perfection. And then, the legendary baklava. Flaky, crisp, and dripping with honey, an age-old craft passed down through generations. These sweets aren't just flavors, they're history on a plate, each bite a taste of centuries-old tradition. And then there's lokma, a sweet, golden bite of heaven. These little fried dough balls, soaked in syrup, are not just a snack, but a celebration of joy. From street vendors to grand feasts, lokma holds a special place in Turkish hearts. Warm, Crispy on the outside and soft on the inside, they're the perfect balance of sweetness and tradition, tempting every passerby. In the heart of Turkey, a ritual as old as time itself, the making of Turkish coffee. Here, in bustling markets, you'll find the classic kezve, a special pot crafted to perfection for brewing this rich, aromatic beverage. But it's not just the pot that matters, it's the tradition. Watch closely as the coffee is carefully prepared on hot sand, slow cooked to release its intense, earthy flavor. This is not just a drink, it's an experience, one that has been passed down for generations. From the first cut of dough, a story unfolds in the kitchens of Turkey. In this ancient tradition, the dough is not just kneaded, it's transformed with care and skill. Watch as hands, passed down through generations, cut and shape the dough, bringing to life dishes that have fed families for centuries. In the quiet corners of the bazaar, a forgotten art still breathes, where handcrafted puppets revive the wit, humor, and lessons of Turkey's oldest shadow plays. A stage of silk, strings, and stories. If these ancient streets' colors and flavors are stirring something in you, there's more to discover. Subscribe and let the world unfold, one timeless place at a time. From the heartbeat of the market, we now walk into the mind of ancient scholars, into the medreses that once lit the Mesopotamian world. Perched above the golden cityscape, the Zinciriye Madrasa watches over Mardin like a timeless sentinel. Built in the 14th century, its walls have seen the rise and fall of empires, a place where the echo of scholarly footsteps still lingers in the corridors of memory. Further west, the Chimneys Madrasa opens its arms to the wind and sky. Here, stone and silence whisper tales of astronomy, philosophy, and faith. Carved with elegance, it remains a living manuscript of Mesopotamian soul, pages that time has refused to turn. Built in the 15th century, this sandstone sanctuary was more than just a school. It was a universe where minds opened like the domes above, and thoughts flowed as freely as the water that still trickles in its silent courtyard channel. Every arch here was crafted with patience. Every wall tells a story of resilience, devotion, and deep reflection. Scholars once gathered here under the stars, debating the cosmos, tracing the sacred, and pondering the questions that still echo within us. Though time may have worn its stones, the essence of this place remains untouched. You don't just walk through the Chimneys Madrasa, you feel it. As we step out from the silent courtyards of the Madrasa, Mardin rises once more before us, vast, layered, and alive, stretching across the hills like a timeless tapestry. From above, Mardin unfolds like a forgotten scroll, layer after layer of stone, sun, and silence. Built into the rugged hillside, each rooftop and minaret seems to reach for something older than time itself. There are no skyscrapers here, just memory, just tradition, just the warmth of earth and echo of prayers. It's not just a city, it's a living mural, carved in golden limestone and lit by a timeless light. As the camera dips lower, the rooftops breathe with life. Clothes sway like flags of everyday survival. Voices carry through narrow alleys, and the scent of spices dances in the breeze. This city doesn't rush, it remembers. Generations have risen and rested under these skies, and though kings and empires passed, Mardin remained, resilient, rooted. Here, the old world isn't a relic, it is the rhythm. People sip tea on terraces that have seen centuries, and speak words that echo languages lost to most of the world. The stone facades carry verses in their carvings. Domes and arches whisper secrets of scholars, poets, and pilgrims, all of whom walked these very streets. Reveals symmetry, purpose, patience, as if built by hands who knew their work would outlive them. And above them all, towers that call not just to prayer, but to reflection. It's a place where design was born not for luxury, but for spirit. Winding through the old city is like walking a script written in stone, every step echoing with forgotten tales. These narrow alleys once carried the footsteps of merchants, mystics, and makers of legend. Balconies lean in like old friends, whispering secrets across centuries. No skyline, no high-rise, just the honest poetry of domes, minarets, and earth-toned homes clinging to the hillside. The old city doesn't just exist, it breathes, listens, and gently invites you to stay a while. Every rooftop tells a story of whispered songs, the clink of teacups, of generations who watched the same sunset with wonder in their eyes. From above, it feels like time holds its breath, as if afraid to disturb the beauty of this moment. Here, modern noise fades, and the city's ancient heart speaks louder than ever. This is Mardin at dusk, not just a view, but a memory forming in real time. As the sun sets over the stone terraces of Mardin, we journey southward, across shifting sands and open plain. Across the golden steppe where the horizon wavers in the desert heat, a camel caravan glides slowly. And then, like a mirage rising from the earth, Harran appears. A village of beehive-shaped homes, crafted entirely from mud brick, each dome shaped to keep cool in the burning summers and warm in the desert chill. If you're enjoying this journey through the hidden gems and rich culture of Turkey, make sure to subscribe. There's so much more to explore together. Even today, life in Harran flows slowly. A camel rests outside a home just as it might have 1,000 years ago, a silent guardian of tradition, a reminder of a world where time bends around memory rather than machinery. These structures have stood for centuries, untouched by modern architecture, echoing a lifestyle built around harmony with the land. Inside, the air shifts. Thick mud brick walls curve into perfect domes above your head. Here, every space is intentional, from the built-in shelves carved into the walls to the narrow doorways meant to trap the breeze. In the quiet corners of Harran, tradition is not something remembered, it is something lived. Here, the rhythm of life moves gently, as mothers walk hand in hand with their children through streets that echo with centuries of stories, dressed in colors that speak the language of their ancestors. For centuries, Harran has been a crossroads of ideas, languages, and civilizations. These houses tell stories of scholars who once mapped the stars from their rooftops, of merchants who traded spices and silks, of mothers who baked bread in stone ovens while children chased goats in dusty alleys. Nestled in the southeastern plains of Turkey lies Harran, a city carved into the heart of Mesopotamia. Surrounded by the vast open steppe, Harran has stood for millennia as a silent witness to the rise and fall of civilizations. In a time when the world still searched for direction, Harran stood as a guiding light. Within the ancient walls of its renowned school, minds pursued the stars through astronomy, healed with early medicine, calculated with mathematics, and pondered the depths of philosophy and faith. It was a true university of its era, a crossroads of ancient wisdom. And even today, Harran draws the curious, the seekers, and the dreamers to its timeless echoes. From the quiet flow of the Euphrates, a forgotten town begins to rise into view. Halfeti, a village where the past floats gently on the surface of time. Once thriving along these riverbanks, Halfeti was slowly submerged when the dam rose. But not everything disappeared. Minarets still pierce the water and old stone homes still cling to the hills. The submerged village offers a glimpse of timelessness, with ancient stone houses, mosques, and trees some of which appear to be rising out of the water. The underwater village can be visited by boat. This is no ordinary town. It's a living reflection of memory. Where history didn't fade, it simply found a new form. As we leave the quiet waters of Halfeti behind, the road stretches ahead, winding through the heart of Anatolia, where another wonder awaits. Welcome to Cappadocia, a land sculpted by time, wind, and fire. Here, the earth rises in rippled waves and towers of stone, a surreal dream painted in volcanic ash. As the sun begins to rise, the sky fills with color and wonder. Hot air balloons drift gently over Cappadocia's timeless valleys, each one carrying a story, a wish, a moment suspended in the winds of Anatolia. From above, Cappadocia reveals its soul, a canvas of valleys etched by time and nature, where every curve tells a silent story. These lands were once alive with footsteps of ancient civilizations, now preserved in stone and wind. Homes carved into cliffs, hidden chapels, and winding trails. This is a valley not just seen, but felt. A place where nature and humanity shaped each other, and where the horizon seems to hold secrets in every shade of earth. Tucked within the heart of Cappadocia lies a treasure of timeless devotion, the Gurem Open-Air Museum, a UNESCO World Heritage Site where ancient chapels and monastic dwellings are carved directly into the rock, whispering sacred stories through the silence. Moments like this remind us how beautiful our world truly is. Subscribe now and keep traveling with us, one breathtaking view at a time. To walk here is to step into a living gallery, where centuries speak not in words, but in symbols, shadows, and the cool hush of hollowed stone. Beyond the sacred stone of the open-air museum, life in Gurem gently unfolds, a town carved into fairy chimneys and sculpted rock, where the extraordinary is simply every day. From above, Gurem looks like a dream painted by time, a canvas of cave homes, winding paths, and warm-hearted stories etched into the land. In the early hours, as the sun gently touches the rooftops, couples gather for breakfast under the sky, sharing tea, smiles, and a view that stirs the soul. And from above, Gurem reveals its true magic, a village cradled by ancient canyon hills, where each curve and contour holds the silence of centuries. Here, earth and sky speak the same language, sculpted by wind, time, and wonder, a timeless land that still whispers to those who soar above it. As dawn breaks, the skies of Cappadocia come alive, adorned with dozens of balloons rising gracefully over the horizon. Each balloon carries with it a story, a journey through the sky, where the landscape below transforms into a canvas of ancient wonders. In this enchanted land, the gentle breeze and soft sunlight paint the valleys, creating a dreamlike scene that seems almost unreal, a place where the earth meets the heavens in a perfect embrace. Rising like a natural fortress from the heart of Cappadocia, Uchisar Castle stands as the highest point in the region, a watchtower carved by nature, shaped by time, and lived in for centuries. This towering rock once protected those who lived within it. Inside its honeycombed walls are ancient rooms, tunnels, and chambers, each echoing the whispers of countless lives that once looked out from its heights. From here, the valleys of Cappadocia unfold like waves frozen in stone. Fairy chimneys stretch across the land, soft colors melting into each other with the shifting light. The view from Uchisar is not just one of beauty, it's a reminder of resilience, of how civilizations found shelter in stone, and how history carved itself into every curve and crevice. For travelers seeking not just a view, but a journey through time, Uchisar is more than a destination. It's an open-air museum where history lives not behind glass, but carved into the rock itself. Uchisar Castle has stood since the Byzantine era, used for defense and refuge during invasions. From the Roman period to the Seljuks and Ottomans, this towering citadel bore witness to the rise and fall of empires. Its labyrinth of rooms connected by narrow tunnels, telling silent stories of survival. Today, reaching Uchisar is easy. Whether you're coming from Gurem, just 5 kilometers away, or from Nevşehir Airport, about 30 kilometers south. Most visitors travel by bus, rental car, or guided tours that wind through the iconic valleys of Cappadocia. Once here, the castle invites you to climb to its summit. A short but steep walk rewarded with panoramic views stretching across Pigeon Valley, Love Valley, and beyond. Hot air balloons drift by at sunrise, adding surreal beauty to an already unforgettable scene. Surrounding the castle, Uchisar village offers charming boutique hotels and cave accommodations, many carved into the soft volcanic rock. Coffee on a terrace overlooking ancient valleys, where the morning light turns everything gold. As the sun paints the sky, the castle becomes a silhouette of the past, majestic, silent, and immovable. The surrounding village continues on, but the castle remains, like a timeless guardian watching over Cappadocia. This is more than a place. It's a memory in stone, a story forever etched into the Cappadocian sky. As the journey continues across the captivating lands of Cappadocia, we now glide above Ürgüp, a town that gracefully blends the old with the new. Famous for its fairy chimneys, rock-hewn homes, and historic cave churches, Ürgüp offers an atmosphere both peaceful and deeply cultural. Winding roads weave through ancient stone houses and elegant boutique hotels, many of them carved directly into the soft volcanic hillsides. This aerial view reveals the quiet charm of a town where every rooftop seems to whisper stories of the past. While Göreme and Uçhisar draw the spotlight, Ürgüp is the soul. Home to local winemaking traditions, historic monasteries, and artisan workshops tucked between sun-drenched stone alleys. From above, you see not just a town, but a legacy, carried forward in each warm smile, each tiled rooftop, and every ancient path that still leads onward. Travelers who come to Ürgüp often stay in its iconic cave hotels, luxurious yet traditional, carved into the soft rock with panoramic terraces overlooking valleys. These aren't just stays, they're stories waiting to be lived. By day, wander the vibrant local markets and taste Cappadocia's famed wines, produced right here in the heart of the region. The cool cellars beneath the town still age wine as they did for centuries. And when the sun rises, take to the skies in a hot air balloon. Watch as the morning light spills over fairy chimneys, canyons, and the winding paths of this historic land, an adventure unlike any other. For adventure seekers, the region offers hiking trails, horseback riding through the valleys, and ATV tours that race through stone-carved paths. And for those drawn to peace, the silence of this land holds a rare kind of magic, one that connects you to the earth and to time itself. From the ancient echoes of Mardin to the timeless skies of Cappadocia, this journey has been a tapestry of culture, spirit, and wonder. These lands, shaped by time and tradition, still breathe life into every stone, every smile, every sunrise. Thank you for wandering with us through the soul of Turkey. If this journey moved you, inspired you, or simply made you pause, let us know with a like, share it with fellow travelers, and don't forget to subscribe for more adventures from around the world. Until next time, may your path be scenic, your heart be full, and your stories unforgettable.